Good morning. It's time for our daily tarot reading. I'm Jackie from Island Girl Tarot and Sacred Journeys. Come on in, and let's get our reading on. First, let's call in our angels, our ancestors, our spirit guides, clearing our space. Good morning, come on in. We're just getting started. Go ahead and grab your coffee and let's see what the runes want to say, but clearing our space between you and me, clearing our karma, clearing all energies from yesterday that want to continue to perpetuate cycles today. We're going to ask that all of that be just neutralized and hey, good morning. Come on in, girl. Hey, how are you doing today? Good morning. Grab your coffee and let's see what the cards want to say. Let's go ahead and cleanse and clear yesterday's energy. Make peace with yesterday, make peace with everybody that was in our reality, including ourselves. And let's continue to ask for our highest and best to come forward in every way that Creator, Source, Spirit wants to show us and lead us and guide us, right? Let's allow ourselves to be led to our most highest, abundant, most blissful life here on the planet, in the body. And we're asking for direction and guidance through all sources, because Spirit can use anything, everything. Spirit uses everything to speak to us. So don't discount anything. Take it, weigh it, discern it, and ask, is this for me? Is this direction or guidance for me? Or should I toss it aside? And just let yourself weigh information, and your gut will know. If your heart opens up when you hear something, then it's truth. If your heart contracts or your body contracts, then it's a lie, or it's something to be aware, to be wary of, okay? Until you might need more information. I just felt like I needed to tell us that, you know, to remind us of that weigh everything and to see how our body reacts to something, because that is an indicator of whether it's true for us or not. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and see what the runes want to say. Let me grab some coffee. Cheers, Kim. Cheers, Kimberly. So how are you feeling this morning, Kimberly? Oh, and Kimberly, tell me what card deck you want to use. Blue, red, or yellow, please. You just put it in there for me, and that's the deck we'll use. All right, Spirit, what is the rune message for us this morning, for the collective? The most important message for all of us, please, and thank you. The most important message for all of us. Okay, I've got these. Oh, not a rune. We got to dig for a rune. But it's the shell. This is getting more and more large, I notice. So our home is very important. This is on yellow. Okay, gotcha, girl. This is very important. We have to look for, protect our home. The shell is our outer being. Our spirit being is inside of our shell of the body, the beautiful body. And it's getting larger. So it feels like we need to really focus on our home, our shell, our body, taking care of our physical body, our geographical home, coming out of our shell, allow ourselves to grow. Because you know what happens with these shells? The guys that live inside, they start with the tiny little shell, but then they start growing and evolving and becoming more, they're growing, so they need bigger shells. So it feels like what's coming in with that message for right now is that we are also growing spiritually. We are also expanding spiritually, emotionally. We're expanding. So it feels like we need to make space for ourselves to expand even more. We're outgrowing where we are. We're outgrowing where we are. So Kimberly, take that and see if that feels right. And also ask, where would I have the room to grow as a human, as a being, as a person, as a woman? Where can I find, where can I live that I have room to grow as a human? And the next piece is the tile. The tile always speaks to me about being part of a community, that you are beautiful and important, and you are an important piece of an overall puzzle. But you can't find that puzzle if you're in isolation, right? So message number 2 is that it's time to come out of isolation. It's time to find your community. It's time to find your home space, whether it's a city, community, literal casa, department, a literal home. Where is your community so you can grow and blossom? And here, the flower of life. Where can you bloom? Because where you're at right now, you're not blooming. I'm just saying that as a direct channeled message. Where you are, you're not blooming. That may be for me. So if it doesn't fit, don't force it. But find your community, find your space where you can really contribute who you are to the overall puzzle, the overall picture of community. And we can only do so much growth in a vacuum. We can only do so much healing work in a vacuum. We can only grow as a human, as a spirit being, as a human being in a vacuum to a certain extent, you know, because when you're in isolation, that's when you're processing your inner world, you're processing old hurts, pains, you're doing your healing, your separation work, like cord cutting, you know, all of that stuff. But then now it's time to get back out into the community. So your gifts and your piece of the puzzle can find the rest of the puzzle. Otherwise that one piece of the puzzle never makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like when you found a puzzle piece on the floor vacuuming underneath the couch somewhere, and you're like, oh my God, that's the missing piece, and I haven't done a puzzle in so long, I forgot even where this goes. So it's like, don't allow yourself to be in isolation for too much longer, because you got to find your people. You got to find your community. It's time. It's time. Wow. Okay, so that's number 1 message. Now let's see what the cards want to say. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. That message alone is huge. So allow yourself to be courageous enough to find your new home. And ask again, Kimberly, like we know. And Saeed, hi, Saeed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have courage to ask where your next community is so you can find your people. And you can express your gifts, right, Kimberly? Yeah, wow is right. That speaks to me too. It speaks to me too, my dear. So yeah, it's time, it's time, it's time. It's time, it's been time. That's what I just heard, it's been time. No more putting it off. Don't let fear block us from our future. Don't let fear stand in the way from what life has for us, Creator, Source has for us. I think so. Saeed, did you leave us? Oh well, bye. Saeed may not like the reading, it's okay. Anyway, whoever's here is supposed to be here. And I'm not worried about who's here and who's not, because I call in the right people, and I trust that Spirit calls in the right people to hear this message today. Past, present, future, whoever comes is there's going to be something for you. So the first one out is Hierophant. That's too many, Spirit. The Hierophant. The Hierophant message is talking about commitment. It's a symbol of higher authority, like a religious figure. Could be a symbol of Creator. The Hierophant is generally like a pastor kind of guy, but a real orthodox guy. So could be talking about commitment, marriage. It could be about being in a religious type organization, religious structure, or a rigid structure. Could also have to do with education. But in this sense, because it comes out with the Four of Coins, Four of Coins is talking about holding on to your money, holding on to people, clutching tight to things, clutching to grievances, actually, holding grudges, holding on to your money, being a miser, That's the kind of energy the Four of Coins has, holding your cards close to your chest. So that's also someone that doesn't talk about how they feel. They'd rather hold a grudge than express themselves. They don't know how to express themselves. They can't even help themselves. That's the kind of person. But, so there's a religious figure, there's a Four of Coins, there's a Three of Cups, there's a Six of Coins, and there's the Five of Wands that flew out. Okay. So it looks like somebody's holding on to a past. It could actually be a religious figure. So I don't know. This could also be like an ex-husband holding on to you, or you holding on to them, or somebody holding on to money. So this could also pertain to someone you were married to holding on to money, not willing to give you alimony or child support. They're holding on to their tight money. They're just tight all around. They're tight. They're tight all around. Anal and retentive, okay? And it could be because they are religiously minded, so they're kind of stuck in that space where they can't see past the religious view that they've been indoctrinated in. I mean, no offense, whatever. It just is what it is sometimes. And religion can look a multitude of ways. It doesn't have to be church. It can be religious thinking in anything, you know. If you won't see past your own ideas, then that's religious thinking, in my opinion. You don't have the capacity to see someone else's point of view. That's a religious thinking where you can't, if it's not your way, then it's wrong. That's a religious type of thinking for me. So somebody's kind of locked up tight in that. However, there's a reunion that wants to be had. There's a reunion that wants to be had. But the Six of Coins reverse is talking about there was an unequal give and take. And there was fighting. There's a conflict. So it could, there's a couple stories here. Somebody, sorry about the dog. I'm sorry. He barks all the time. So sorry. There is somebody that wants a reunion, a celebration. There's an opportunity for celebration. But it could be somebody wants to come out of, because in the past, like I said, this person was not giving at all. Probably because of this religious thinking. Because this person, if you don't agree with him or his views, he's not going to give to anything. He's not going to give, he's not going to share, he's not going to open up. And the coins reversed, Six of Coins reversed, indicates that there was an unequal give and take. One of these people wasn't giving at all to the situation. Matter of fact, it could have actually wound up with a fight or a conflict. It could have been a conflict, and this person just wasn't giving. There was no seeing eye to eye with this person at all. But now, all of a sudden, somebody wants a reunion. Or there may be a chance reunion, is what I heard. A chance reunion. So you may be bumping into this person, or you might all of a sudden hear from this person, or something like that. Okay, hold on. But you know what? The Mother card, the Empress card, just came out reversed with the Page of Wands reversed. So somebody wants a reunion. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a fertile ground, because the Empress reverse talks about not being fertile, not moving forward, something not growing. And then the Page of Wands reverse talks about no communication. Pages or messengers, no communication. So it could very well be that somebody's messaging you and wanting to come back into your reality, but you're like, no, thank you. No. And that's okay. That's okay if that's what you choose. But, not but, and, so it could be either way, of course, you know. But I'm also, because remember what the runes are saying, or not the runes, but the pieces. It's time to come out of isolation. So there may be actually, if you were to entertain a message from this person, You may find out a piece of the pie that you're not aware of. You may find out some missing information that could really solve a lot of misunderstandings. Because there's definitely a disconnect here. There's a disconnect, and it could have to do with something about religion. The Hierophant, or it could be a Taurus, okay? Could be a Taurus. But it feels like really religious. Somebody was holding on to something really tightly and they were conflicted. And this could also be inner conflict. Maybe they have some inner conflict going on about not corresponding with you or not giving to you. And that's very possible too in this read. Because they're conflicted, they have some thinking that they can't get past themselves, and they have not reached out to you when it would have been appropriate to. Like a case of family. Oh, but look, the Eight of Cups walking away. So I think from the reading, I feel like you may be walking away. If you okay, let's clarify this. Maybe there is a situation you are in now, regardless of whether you receive word from somebody else. This could be you. Maybe this is your own thinking getting in the way. This is what I just kind of perceived. Maybe you're the one, actually. Religious thinking as in you can't quite pull away from something. It feels like you might, a loyalty or some kind of, you had an idea about something that was so strong, like a religious pact, vow, promise made, a contract, like a sacred contract with a person, a place, a thing, whatever. You had your heart set on something. You betrothed yourself to someone, something. Wow, betrothed. That's cool. That's a cool word that I don't use every day. But feels like you betrothed yourself to someone, but it never took off. They never gave back to you. This situation never gave back to you. But you were holding on. And so now you're in a place of inner turmoil because this is not giving to you and the things that you hoped you'd received. This situation, this person, this whatever, religion, this whatever, is not giving to you what you'd hoped. And you're hoping for joy. This reunion card is about celebration, joy. And so maybe it feels like it's time for you to move on. Because something here is not giving you the joy. Something here is not going to move forward. Oh, there's some delay, sorry. This Empress Reverse card and the Page of Wands card talks about no forward momentum. There's not going to be any growth here. There's not going to be any growth in your life until you move on. Because something is not giving you the joy that you're wanting. You're kind of stuck in the past with this situation. This situation or this person, this place, whatever. It's kind of anchoring you to the past. You're holding on to something that doesn't give you any joy. It's not giving you anything in return, but you're holding on to it for some sense of obligation. Right. Yes, Kimberly, yes. That's exactly right. Because somewhere in your spirit body, your mind, you're stuck to something old that's like got a history to it, like it's a religious thinking, or it's a contract or a vow or an oath that you made to something. And it's not letting you move forward, but there's no growth in it. There's no growth. It's time to move on. There's nothing, there's no passion left. There's no message. There's nothing reciprocal about this. It's time to move forward. Okay, it's time for prayer. It's time for prayer. Are you ready? If this resonates with you, let's pray. okay? So every part of us, for whoever's here with us now or in the future that this resonates with, that we are kind of, me included, we're stuck in some kind of situation or something is stuck. And we don't even know it. We don't even know we're stuck, but there's a part of us, so we're gonna clear some oaths, bonds. So everywhere where we're stuck to some kind of past version of ourself, if we're stuck spiritually, energetically, if we made a promise, oath, vow, contract, whether we did or somewhere in our energy body, past life, future life, parallel life, we made a contract, vow, oath, contract sign, knowingly or unknowingly, that's keeping us stuck energetically to a place, a person, a situation. Let's uncreate and destroy that now. Do you agree to renounce, denounce, uncreate, and destroy any and all contracts, vows, oaths, promises, knowingly or unknowingly? I'm releasing ourselves from those things now so we can move forward. So Archangel Michael, will you go through our energy body, please? Spirit of truth, love, and light. Go through all of our energy bodies, past, present, future, and cut off and break any all contracts, vows, oaths that we made, knowingly or unknowingly, in this lifetime or other lifetimes, that are impacting us now, that are keeping us unable to move forward into our truer, more vibrant self, our new life, our most vibrant, most joyful life, our most blissful life, our most abundant life. And that is also keeping us stuck to an old something that's dead and gone. It's dead and gone, it's dead and gone. And help us to find our new place, our new community, our new joy, our new sense of being, our new being, calling in our higher selves now to bring in direction for our life, where we can find our new communities, our new families, our new partners, our new jobs, our new future, our new businesses. This can be a business. This can be a business. If you're stuck doing something because you think you started this job and you just love this job so much, but like business so much, but it's not bringing you what you need. Maybe it's time to walk away and start something new. So this can be anything. So everywhere where we are feeling like we're letting something go, with guilt, with sorrow, with shame, like we're a failure if we leave, or any of that heavy baggage, let's pull all that off us, out of us. Return to sender with full consciousness. We are not a loser by walking away. Matter of fact, we're reclaiming our power and our choice and our confidence in realizing and recognizing that something doesn't work. Maybe it never worked, or maybe we have changed so much that now it doesn't fit us anymore. It's not a resonant energy anymore. It doesn't resonate with who we are now. And there's nothing wrong with evolution or expansion or awareness. There's nothing wrong with that. There's an old pair of shoes. Would you feel bad about that if you recognize that that shoe doesn't fit your foot anymore? No. It's just a matter of moving forward and buying some new shoes. It's time to put on some new clothes. It's time to put on some new hats, some new dress, some new jewelry, some new everything. Because what we used to wear doesn't fit us anymore. Yes. Take that deep breath. And with a place of non-judgment, throw away, energetically, throw away, release everything that doesn't fit us anymore. Everything that doesn't match us anymore. Everything that doesn't align with us anymore. And we're not throwing it in the trash. We're just releasing it to something, to someone that does. We're releasing it back to Creator. So we can call in something, someone, new locations, new jobs, whatever, that do match us. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. So be it. I receive it. And if that matches you, I send you love and light and blessings so we can all receive what is for us now. Right, Kimberly? Yes. Yes and yes. Yes. We'll have that, please. We're going to have that. Tammy, how are you this morning? Tammy, how are you? It's so nice to see you here. So, on that, we're going to go ahead and pull a card for Tammy and Kimberly. And we're going to pull 3 cards. One for Tammy, one for Kimberly, and one for the person that's not here in the future that might want to be drawn, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. But please, Tammy, watch this whole reading. It was powerful. It was good. Kimberly, I'm so glad you were here with me. Thank you for sharing your energy to contribute to the session. Oh my gosh, yes. Releasing the past, moving forward so you can find your new home, your new everything. That's room for you, finding your piece of the puzzle message, and finding your community so you can bloom. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay. All right. So, Tammy, we're going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Kimberly, we'll pull a card for you. Okay, so Tammy, because Tammy's been asking for a card for like the last 3 sessions, but she hasn't been able to join us live. Oh, Tammy, this one's for you. Thank you for still watching the replays. You're so sweet. Okay, so Tammy, you have a 7 of Swords and the Page of Wands. Okay, so honey, the Empress. Tammy, there may be a message coming towards you that has some untruth in it. Some lies, manipulation, untruth. So please be careful. And there's also an Empress card here. So this is a maternal figure. This is also talking about growth, being very abundant, powerful in your own right. She's the Empress. She's the embodiment of all the queens. She's powerful, beautiful, and she's fertile. Also, make sure if you're having unprotected sex that if you don't want a baby, be careful because you're fertile. Or something about motherhood, being fertile, being grounded, being successful. If you're going to be hearing from someone about a lie, there's something not quite legit about a message you're going to be getting. So Tammy, make sure that you weigh everything you hear, you receive very carefully. Especially if someone's asking you for money, please be careful because they see you as very successful. They see you as very fertile, successful, abundant. So you may, that's just me. That's what I'm picking up. So just take that with a grain of salt, Tammy, and make sure people don't message you out of the blue asking you for money or giving you aid. There's something, with 7 Swords is a liar, cheater, thief card. So that's what I'm saying. Alrighty, Miss Kimberly, let's see what the cards are for you. One more shuffle. And Tammy, if that reading doesn't resonate, just throw it away. Because, yeah. Just got a heads up. Okay, that's too half the deck dropped. Hold on. This is for Kimberly. What does Kimberly need to know today? Okay, Kimberly, the Empress. This is talking about good news, abundance coming your way, growth. The Empress is going to be seen today, so I think you're welcome, Tammy. You're so welcome. The Empress is on the table today. She wants us to know that we are abundant. That's too many. We are abundant. Things are going to work out. We are moving towards fertile ground. We are fertile. That means that the things that we put into the soil will prosper, will grow. We will have a good harvest. Kimberly, have strength. These are for you, my dear Kimberly. The Empress, you are the Empress, and have strength, have courage, trust. Have courage, have strength, and trust that you're watched over. And tame the lion of gentleness. Yeah. Alrighty. And one more for the anonymous watcher. Whoever's here in the future. This is for you. One to see what the message is for anybody that's in the future. Anonymous watcher. Anonymous watcher. One more. Come on. Sorry. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being here. And remember, this is a collective reading. If nothing matches, then I'm always open for personal reads. They start at $38, and then yeah. But so don't take anything that doesn't fit, because that would be a disservice to you. Okay, don't ever do that. If it doesn't resonate, just let it go. It's not your story. So what is for the anonymous? Whoever the anonymous watcher in the future would be, what would they need to hear? Spirit? That's too many. Well, there's 3. Okay. Okay. The ones that hopped out for the anonymous. Oh, thanks, Tammy. Bye, love. The Ace of Cups, the 8 of Coins, and the Starburst. So if you're asking about love, there's no love on the table. It says to keep working on your monies because the star is healing. Or it could be Aquarius. It looks like you may not have a second go around with an Aquarius. It's not going to happen with them. There's no healing with Aquarius card reversed, Star card reversed. Or it could also be that you have lost hope in love and you're focusing on coin. You're not even worried about love right now. You're focused on your coin. You're working on your own life. You're trying to see this guy's putting together the block. He's putting the pieces together of his own life, building his own foundation. And so love is not really in the mix right now because you're focused on work. You're focused on your life. You're trying to get your own life together. So looking for a soulmate partner, all that is on the back burner. And you've also kind of given up on it right now. Like you've lost hope. But that doesn't mean that's forever. It just means that in this 10 seconds, you're busy. You're focused on your coin. And that's okay because love can just be a distraction. And you can derail off creating your own life if you're so, distracted with somebody else, trying to make somebody else's life beautiful. We can't do that if our own life is a mess. That's a distraction, and it can also pull us into addictive behaviors, codependent behaviors. So please, if that's yours, continue to just focus on your own life, make your own life work, make sure that you're happy in your own self and your own surroundings. And then when you're ready and happy and feeling good, then life will bring you that partner. But don't try to look for love if you're focused on making your own life work, because it can get entangled and it can throw you off your game. Anyway, you're so welcome, Kimberly. You are a blessing. Thank you for being here. Blessing too. Much love, light.